Okay, we're going to start with a warm-up one. If the supply teacher could just pause the video here while the students have a chance to try this on their own. You'll definitely be using the first bunch of rules from the first day and the product rule from yesterday. So take a pause and try those. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to try these. We'll take them up and make sure that we're comfortable with yesterday's rule before moving on to today's. So the product rule tells us that we're going to take the derivative of the first times the second plus the derivative of the second times the first. So if I'm going to go off and differentiate this, I need to take the derivative of the first. That's the first. So the derivative of that is just 6x. The 1, of course, disappears. Times the second as is. Plus, now we take the derivative of the second, which is just 2, times the first, as is. That, of course, is the derivative, but we like to simplify when possible. Since we have no exponents, we can actually do the simplification rather easily. So here we go. Rainbow that, we get 12x squared minus 24x. Rainbowing the 2 in the second one, plus 6x squared minus 2. Collecting like terms, we get 18x squared minus 24x minus 2. So that's the derivative, but we could confirm that this in fact does work by actually doing the rainbow first. If you notice, if I did the rainbow first, we'd get this 6x cubed minus 12x squared minus 2x, and then take the derivative of this, and we would get that it's 18x squared minus 24x minus 2, which is the same answer. In some instances, it'll make sense to rainbow first. In others, it'll make sense to just use the product rule. We'll use the product rule more often because we need to get comfortable using it, but it is good to know that both methods are working. So back to the warm-up. Let's check the second answer. We see that this one is 5x minus 2, or sorry, plus 2 squared. I don't really know how to deal with that, so I'm going to change it to something I do know how to deal with. Since it's squared, it gets multiplied by itself, and we can rewrite it like that. Let's differentiate using the product rule again. The derivative of the first is just a 5 times the second, as is, plus the derivative of the second, also 5, because it's the same thing, times the first, 5x plus 2. Rainbow these, we get 25x minus 10 plus 25x. Oops, sorry, that minus all of a sudden popped up. For some reason, that should be a plus, of course. So back to rainbowing is 25x plus 10. Rainbow the 5 again, 25x plus 10. Collect your like terms, we get 50x plus 10. And there's our derivative. So hopefully those match your answers, and we'll move on to today's rule.